Shoken listened to this as though in a dream. He went over to the old cat, folded his hands over his chest, bowed his head with deep respect, and said, "I have disciplined myself in the art of swordsmanship for a long time, but still have not reached the summit of that way. Tonight, listening to each of these theories, I have attained the highest degree of my path. May I request that you point out its very deepest mysteries?" The cat replied, "No, I am but an animal. Rats are my meals. What would I have to do with the actions of human beings? Still, there is something I heard in secret. That is, that the art of swordsmanship is not exclusively in making efforts to defeat others. It is the art of dealing with the great transformation, and being clear on the matter of life and death. A man who would be a samurai should always maintain this kind of mentality, and should discipline himself in that art. For this reason, you should penetrate the matter of life and death, make no particular adaptations to the mind. Have no doubts and no vacillation. Do not use your own wit, contrivances, or prejudices. Harmonize mind and chi, rely on nothing. Be as still as a deep pool. If you are always like this, you will be completely free to respond to any change. However, when the smallest thing enters your mind, form will appear. And when there is form, there will be an opponent and there will be yourself. Facing each other, there will be conflict, and in a situation like this, the mysterious functions of change and metamorphosis will not occur with freedom. First, your mind will fall into thoughts of death and you will lose all clarity of spirit. How then will you stand readily and with resolve for a fight? Even if you should win, it would be what is called a blind victory, and this is not the true object of the art of swordsmanship. Nothingness is not what you would call empty-headedness. It is the foundation of the mind and has no form. You should never be taken by phenomena. Once you are the least bit taken by something, your chi will be drawn to it. And once your chi is even slightly drawn to something, it will be incapable of adaptability or openness. It will go beyond what you are facing, but not reach the place you are not facing. When it goes too far, your energy will overflow and be uncontrollable. When it can't go far enough, it will be clogged up and useless. In neither case will it be able to respond to change. What I am calling, not one thing, means neither being taken by, nor drawn toward phenomena. That there is neither opponent nor myself. And that there is nothing more than following phenomena as they come, responding to them, and leaving no traces. The Tao says, no thoughts, no actions, being serene in non-movement, perceiving and thus becoming intimate with the particular of heaven and earth. If a man who studies the art of swordsmanship understands this principle, he will be close to the way. Shoken asked, "What does, 'there is neither my opponent nor myself' mean?" The cat replied, "Because I exist, my opponent exists. If I do not exist, neither will my opponent." Opponent is the name we give primarily to someone who stands against us. Yin and yang, water and fire, are of this sort. For the most part, something that has form will surely have something in opposition to it. However, if there is no form to my mind, there will be nothing opposing it. When there is nothing in opposition, there is no contention. This is what is meant by the phrase, "There is neither an opponent nor myself." When phenomena and myself have both been forgotten, and I am deeply serene and tranquil, then I am in harmony and at one with the world. Though I crush the form of my opponent, I myself will not know it. This is not knowing, but rather there will be no thought here whatsoever, and I will only move in accordance with my perceptions. When the mind is deeply serene and tranquil, the world is my world. There is no right and wrong, liking and disliking, or being taken by phenomena. Everything within the boundaries of pain and pleasure, or gain and loss, are created by my mind. And though we say that heaven and earth are vast, There is still nothing to seek outside of our own minds. An ancient worthy said, when there is dust in the eye, the three worlds are shut out. When the mind and heart are without a care, one's whole life is at ease. When even a small amount of dust or sand gets into your eye is unable to open. And it's just like this when you put something into a bright and clear place where originally there was nothing. This is a metaphor for the mind. Another adage says, surrounded by tens of thousands of the enemy, your form may be pummeled into small pieces, but this mind is still yours. Even the greatest opponent can do nothing about that. Confucius said, even an ordinary man cannot be robbed of his will. But when you are confused, that very mind will become an ally to your opponent. I will stop talking at this point. You should now simply engage in self-reflection, and seek answers within yourself. A teacher can only transmit a technique or enlighten you to principle, but receiving the truth of the matter is something within you. This is called grasping it on one's own. It is also called transmission from mind to mind, and again, a special transmission beyond the scriptures. However, this is not turning one's back on the scriptures. It is saying that a teacher cannot transmit this to you. This is not only in the study of Zen. From the law of the mind of the Confucian sages, down to the arts, grasping it on one's own, is always a matter of transmission from mind to mind. It is a special transmission beyond the scriptures. The scriptures are within yourself, but those that are written down, only point out what you have not been able to see on your own. This is not something conferred on you by a teacher. It is easy to teach and also easy to listen to the teachings. It is only difficult to see that they are something within you, and to make them your own. This is called seeing into one's own nature. Enlightenment is the perception that you have been having a wild dream. An awakening is the same. There is no difference between them.